where I thought I couldn't do it. Number one, I was like, I
Hmm.
don't know what I'm getting myself into. The reason that I decided to do it was because Aritza's eyesight. So she couldn't be behind the screen for too long.
Yeah.
And the challenges with COVID was everything was online.
Yeah.
So, and I told myself if I'm going to do it for one, I'm going to do it for the other. They basically, as Naisha for sure, basically taught herself that year. We did, I think it was like maybe an hour and a half of schooling a day. And that was like book schooling a day.
Yeah.
All of the subjects. It was very easy, super easy. So easy that I kind of second guessed myself
Like
a
this is
lot of the
too easy.
time. It's
Yeah.
too easy. But then I spoke to another friend of mine who had done some homeschooling, and she said, no, actually, a lot of your life skills, you're learning through life skills.
Yeah.
As you do know, both of my girls have been cooking since they were like five,
Hmm.
about 4 or 5 years old. They both cook. So that's a life skill. Reading recipes, measuring, all of that stuff that counts as reading, math,
Yeah.
science, all of these different things that I we do it on an everyday basis, so we don't really think about it.
Yeah.
So it was a good experience. It was definitely bonding time. My husband was gone in training, so it was definitely bonding time. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was a great experience for both of the girls, as Naisha did not do as well as Aritza did. Now,
Okay.
as Naisha needs more of that social aspect,
Yeah.
she needs more people around her, kids her age. She
Yeah.
needs to be able to have interaction with people. She was extremely bored. And my daughter, as you know, she suffers from anxiety and depression. So that took a toll on her.
Yeah.
Whereas Aritza, she absolutely loved it. She was okay being at home with mommy because she is a mommy's girl, so she was
Yep.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Um, so there's that. But other than that, I loved it. I loved it, and then I had a great teacher to do that assessment at the end of the school year.
Yeah. Very handsome, very dashing teacher that was your official not mentor but
Yeah,
official
kind of.
evaluator. Oh, you
Yeah.
mentioned a couple things I thought that was pretty interesting, like the hands-on cooking thing. And one of the things I really wish we did more of, and it's tough in the structured school environment as it is now, but the learning life skills, mixing that with the curriculum. Like, it's one thing to
Yes.
tell everybody that, this measuring cup, this is 1.5 cup quarts, but to actually have kids make cookies and, okay, this recipe calls for you to do this,
Hmm.
and for them to add, okay, well, you need to if you're going to make 2 sets of brownies, you're going to need that kind of stuff. Do you feel like they learned more? And actually, a two-part question: do you think they learned more with the hands-on, or as much, versus the fundamentals, or was it like hand in hand? But secondly, do you feel like the education system needs to be teaching more life skills incorporated into the curriculum?
Absolutely, I think they learned more hands-on,
Hmm.
especially when it comes to like cooking and baking. I would like if it was a cup of something that they needed, I would take the cup away and then I would have them figure it out. Let's use if there's a quarter, so how many quarters makes a cup? If there's
Ooh,
a half,
nice.
yeah, if there's a half, how many halves make a cup? So let's try to figure it out. If there's an eighth, how many eighths make a cup? Let's try to figure this out. Number one and number two, absolutely. Life skills are just that. Life skills are just that. We need that for the rest of our lives.
Hmm.
After these 12 years of school, if we do not continue education for the rest of our lives, we need these life skills. And
Yeah.
that's another thing that I have that I speak all the time with Andrea. Do you remember Andrea Dojo Anani's mom?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So we always spoke about that. One thing that we talk about is little kid problems, right? So
Hmm.
little kid problems, it goes along with the life skills. If they're arguing, there's two kids arguing. We as parents, as adults, cannot always jump into it. We
Yeah,
need to step back. And if
you're
it's a
right.
little kid problem and they're not hurting themselves, they just cannot come to an agreement. They need to figure that out. It is part of the conflict resolutions that we keep stepping in and we keep solving their tiny issues. And
Hmm.
because we keep solving their tiny issues, in the future, they're not going to know how to solve these things.
Absolutely.
They're not going to know this. So we've always called that a little kid problem. And whenever they will come to us with these little kid problems, we'll tell them, oh, we'll stop them. And we're like, is that a little kid problem? Are you guys bleeding? Are you guys like
Yeah.
dying? Are you guys hurt? No? Okay, you guys can go handle that. And I think that's why Ani and Aritza were so close because they got
Yeah.
to figure it out on their own. There's another type of life skills. Mommy and daddy are not going to be there all the time.
Yeah.
We're
Catch
not going to
full
be.
episodes of the Educators podcast every Thursday at 4 p.m. Real educators with the real issues in education. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care of yourself. Jeans passes to anyone who likes, shares, and comments on this video. Have a great week.